Honda Hornet 6, 2001 plate, 28,000 miles. Let's get up close and personal. This guy, the previous owner, had done a lot of work on it, and I'll try and remember it all as I go around it, point out ups and any downs I can find. Anyway, that said, let's get to the alarm arm in itself there, which is very sensitive. It's got a data tool veto system on it, and you so much as breathe near it and it starts warning you that it's armed. Anyway, that aside, front tyre and back tyre, I'm not sure if I've measured these in the past. I normally do and take pictures, but I can't recall. But there is plenty of life left in that front tyre. If I have measured them, I'll put them together at the end of this video, but if I haven't, you can take a look there. There's plenty. I'd say there's a good 3+ mil in there. Front discs on this mark. Oh, see, I told you it was sensitive. It's blinking at me if I just touched the discs. Obviously at 28,000 miles, plenty of life in there. Both wheels, front and back, the guy has had powder coated, so none of the usual flaking that you find on the older models of these. It's got CBR 600 forks on it, with adjustable preload and damping up here. He's also had the conversion done with the discs and the calipers there. It's the twin pot calipers you get on the CBR 600s. So it does stop like it's hit a brick wall. It is there's no problem with the braking whatsoever. He's got a stainless system on here. Again, they don't suffer too badly, but on the older models you can get problems with the downpipes on these. He's had those replaced with stainless, so you're not going to get any problems there. So while we're still up the front, he's got this, well, they come with this standard F2Y fairing on, which is all good. There's no damage on it at all to point out, so I can't point it out. The headlamp's all good. There's no scratches or lumps missing out of that. It's got black double bubble screen, which is all good. No cracks in that, no scuffs or scratches. Then I go around looking for edges, signs on the edges to see if they've been slid at all. And for that I look at the end of the mirrors, bar end weights and levers up this end, and there's nothing untoward there. That's all good. Sorry, I touched the bike, you can hear it warning me again. It's got crash bobbins on it, were you to go over. There are some marks in it here, some tiny marks, but all the printing's on here, so it certainly hasn't been for a slide that way. Engine's all good. Obviously, even if it had been for a slide, the engine's not going to take it because this crash bobbin is there. Sorry, I touched it again. I apologise. Let me try and put it in service mode. I was just going to keep shouting at me, see if that'll work it. Carrying on, he's had these this plate here on the frame and the foot hanger. He's had those powder coated as well. There's the back wheel, you can see powder coating. The brake lever and driver's peg, again, if it was to go over, would show signs of being wiped out there. There is nothing. It's got this micron can on it. It's tiny little marks, but that's oh god, I'm touching it again. Promise I won't touch you again. It's got these tiny little marks, but that's probably from Pillion's leg, because they're insignificant. These cans, these alley cans, do polish up like a mirror if you can be bothered spending 10 or 15 minutes with some metal polish on them. But that's as it is. I haven't done anything to it, but that will come up like a mirror. It's got these little mini indicators on it. Made the mistake of touching it again. There's the rear boot. Say if I have some measurements on a picture with the gauge, I'll print them with this video, but there's plenty of life left in that. Seat is all good. There's no splits or rips in that. Tank, coming back up to this side again, tank is all good. No dents, no scratches, no bangs or wallops. Right hand side of the seat panel, that's all good, no damage to that. Now the other side of the seat, you see, no rips or tears, nothing untoward. Left hand seat panel, likewise, that's all good. He's had the hugger colour coded as well. Nice little trick bit. Coming down here onto the chain and sprockets, which would be expensive if you... Oh, shut up, I'm sorry, I'm getting too near. Chain and sprockets are all good. Would expect at that sort of mileage anyway. Left hand side of the foot hanger, pegs, levers. Oh dear, I told you it was sensitive. Right, now that should put it in service mode so I can touch it. Yeah, and you can see these bits here again that he's had powder coated. They normally standard alley and I don't know, 12 years old. They would be corroding a little titty bit, but they're all cool. Engine covers, they take it if they go over. Well, obviously it hasn't because there's nothing wrong there. There's the other side of the left hand side. Crash bobbin, that's all good. It's even got the printing on it, so it's not been over. Left hand side of the tank, as you can see there, it's all good. Nothing untoward, no dents and scratches. And then the 3 points here that I look for: bar end weight, lever and mirror, showing no signs of any slides. While I mention it, he's had these bar end weights replaced from the standard Honda ones. Quite nice and trick. They match these Motrax levers that you can see on here. I know that they're 60 quid a pop. They're quick adjust there if you feel like quickly adjusting them. But anyway, he's felt like spending his money on them. He's got those. Coming down the left hand side of the fairing, you can see, well, you can't see because there's no damage to be seen, but that's all good. Front guard, which I didn't mention initially, again, that's all good. Nothing untoward there. And the other side of the discs, left hand disc, the other side of the front wheel and the caliper. I've mentioned the downpipes already. And we'll have a quick listen. Unarm it. And there you go. Ticks over just as a Honda should. Sounds just as a Honda should. I'm going to put my hand over the end of the can for a moment so you can hear that. Yeah, the engine is running, believe it or not. I know you can't hear anything, but that is your silent standard Honda engine. Nothing horrible there. And then finally, I think that is actually quite a nice sound, and from a safety aspect, really nice, because no one could say they couldn't hear you coming. It's not illegal. It does sound nice. There we are. I'm going to take a couple of pictures now, then post this to YouTube. There is your Honda Hornet 6 F2Y on a 2001.